we told you that we want to go into a creative's mind. And we have a creative here with us. She is Tayo Lasaki, and she calls herself a carpenter. I really want to come into your mind because I know that a lot of people love to funkify it and call themselves furniture makers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. But I like Carpenter.
You're welcome on the show, and you're full of life. Thank you. So I'm going straight into it. I'm coming into your mind. Why carpentry?
I wouldn't have thought it was possible for me to be here today and talking about being a carpenter, because it's something I have never, ever thought of. You know, when something has crossed your mind before, you say, oh, it once crossed my mind as a kid. You know, I loved doing something, woodworking and all that, but this never happened. So it was more like divine direction.
I like how you
that is it. Because in life, we plan, we make plans, but God has better plans for us, and we don't know. I've always prayed to God, God, I don't want to end up being poor. Poverty is a disease, and growing up wasn't so easy. So I kept praying that, God, show me that thing I am supposed to do to change my life forever. It's actually helped me. It's a good prayer to pray, and I encourage every other person to pray this prayer. It can help you to find your direction, you know. So I prayed this prayer, and I kept praying this prayer, actually, and it was my focus for that period. Lo and behold, it just came. It just started. It's, you know, when you will know God was involved is because I got a job. It was ASO strike. I'm a business person, a business-minded person naturally, and I am very handy. I love to use my hands. I love to fix things, you know, by myself. Even though I can call someone to do it, I'm like, no, I'm not wasting my money. I will do it myself, you know, I'll find a way. So it's ASO strike. I've always sold slippers and pumps and shoes in the university, trying to make money, you know. So students had gone home. The strike was taking months, and nobody was in school to sell shoes to. I can't be wearing all the shoes. So I had to think of something. So then I had to look for a job. That was the option. Because the ASO strike was still on, and I didn't know when it was going to be calling off or something. So I had to look for a job. And there was a vacancy then, so somebody came from the church we go to in school. You know, Unilag students, we used to have churches we go to, and bosses used to come and pick us from the hostels. So one of those churches that we go to, the coordinator said, one of the members has a factory, he does wooden doors, he's looking for marketers and everything. So if you guys are interested, I said, what am I waiting for? It's like God knew my plan. So he just came at the right time, and we went for the interview. Out of everybody that went for that interview, I was the only person that was picked.
Nice.
And I was the shortest, the smallest, the most unendowed. So for a marketer, you need people that are light-skinned.
Well, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, even if I wasn't light-skinned, I wasn't having that height. I wasn't having, you know what I'm saying?
I need to change this mentality.
No, but that is what most people look for if they're looking for marketers. They want someone that will sell, you know, their brand and be able to be catchy. They need attract. Yes, they need the attraction.
But that is really not right, because you should look at the skill and the capacity of that person.
Not everybody looks at the skills. But I was selected, and I was not even made a marketer. I was made a PA and a marketer. So the boss made me his personal assistant, and also gave me a pickup to go around and market his product. So he just gave me a quick briefing. It wasn't really a training. It was just word of mouth. Within 30 minutes, we were done. And the next thing, he gave me miniature doors, you know, the sample versions. And, of course, he had a pickup, so, and there's a driver. The pickup was only available to me when I come to work. And then it takes me around for marketing in the axis, Lekki axis. So that was what it was. And then I was going around to market those miniature doors. So that was all I knew. ASO strike had to get called off, and I told my boss I had to go back for my final exams because I was in final year. And at that point, as I came back from the exam and everything and went back to work, he had employed more people. I was the only one. But as I came back, he had employed more people, and there was no room for all of us to have full potentials or to show our full potentials, because we were now in a competition, and the pickup was shared now.
Now, I want to get this before you continue with the story or whatnot. How many years did this all take for you to, learn that craft?
I am still learning, actually.
A master in it. Like, okay, before you started your business, you would have attained a certain level of mastery in this business. Like, how many years did it take you to do that before you realized, like, you know what? This is what I am doing. I'm going to set up shop, set up business, and go into it.
You will be amazed that it didn't take me years.
It didn't take you years?
No.
Really?
No,
How many months, weeks, days? Surprise me.
If I'm able to say a specific amount of weeks or days or months, I will say maybe like 6 months.
Wow.
Yes, because I really cannot say. I just had to give it a number, Okay. It's more of, I'm a fast learner.
Okay.
And all I need to do is see what, you're doing and practice. And I have a lot of, I have a very strong spirit. I'm very dedicated to what I want to do. If I want to do something, I have passion for something, I face it wholeheartedly. So one thing about me is it doesn't take me time to learn. I can learn in 30 minutes. So I can as well say I learned how to make this thing in a day.
Oh, so you're telling me that each day you were learning new things.
Exactly.
Each day you were learning new things. You were mastering it,
Yes.
you're learning it, and it took you, give or take, 6-8 months. It was not even up to a year.
Yes, it wasn't, because my first job, the first job I was given, it came at about that 6 months. That's why I said 6 months, because let's just say me not getting a job during the period where I was just starting is because, I was still learning or trying to build myself. So that was it.
Okay. All right. So for me, I want to know, because before you came into the studio, I was discussing with Balade, because I know there are certain crafts you hear them say, oh, this should be for the men to handle. This should be for ladies. For instance, if you find a guy that can do makeup or he knows how to make hair, the society terms him to be, oh, there's something questionable about him doing that kind of craft. So did you at any point in time encounter, within your 6-month journey, did you encounter issues with
naysayers, stigmatization that this is not your way, this shouldn't be your calling?
That actually affected me big time. And I would say that is one of the things that even made me almost not be a carpenter. At that point where I said it took me about some months to get my first job, I was also looking for people to trust in me enough to give me something to do, So it was more like nobody was paying attention to me. Nobody wanted to give me a chance because they saw it like, this small girl, what can you do? Yes, I was just a small girl. And it looks like these things that men do, that they don't even get it perfectly right, is what you are telling me to trust you to do. So there are doubts in that.
In the business.
And it was more complicated for me to convince people. It was more complicated for me to get somebody to give me a job. I kept walking around, going to different sites under rain and sun, and then at the same time, I had to now even try to package a little to look more official, since I saw that they weren't getting the picture that as a carpenter, I shouldn't have to dress so classy and all. I just wanted them to see me for who I was, but they weren't seeing me. So now I had to upgrade again and package and strategize on how to look better to, sites. It's not comfortable wearing heels to sites. Who wears heels to sites? But I had to. So they see me as, okay, I'm serious about what I'm saying, and then that kind of helped me convince more people, because they saw, oh, she's well-dressed. She looks good. She's wearing heels. Probably she's just marketing the company. Maybe she's not the one to do it. So they didn't even know
that you were the main person. You're the big deal.
Yes.
Now that you've spoken about stigmatization, I want you to talk about challenges. I know you told me while we were on break that you've been in this business for 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years going.
Yes.
And I know that whatever business it is that you're doing, you will encounter challenges.
Definitely.
You will encounter difficult people or clients that are not so great. So I want you to, highlight some of those.
Yes, I actually encounter difficult people. People that find it hard to pay. People that find it difficult to accept that this is what they asked for and that's what I gave. I've had to... Some clients just feel you're working for them, so they should talk to you anyhow. Because you are not, they're paying you, so they have this mentality that I'm paying you, I have the right to talk to you as I wish or I so desire. And that thing should really end in Nigeria. Everybody, almost a lot of people does that. So far they are paying you for a job
For a service,
or for a
so you're
service.
rendering.
They just, that one it gets to me. But I always stay calm as much as I can. And also the part of money, people find it hard to pay. And the fact that we have to do the job and complete the job before we get our balance payment is really a challenge. You finish the job and then you've delivered it now, so it's in their house. So you now start to chase them. Sir, my balance. Ma, my balance. You send emails, you call. That is when you know that they are unreachable. They are reachable when they want it delivered. They start to say, when are you delivering? When are you bringing my stuff? When should we expect you? But immediately they've gotten it. Now start calling.
That's
You have to go through that. Then how do you get capital to start and
even continue
deliver the products in the first place?
Thank God that not everybody does that. If everybody was like that, I would have probably closed up.
Wow.
But thank God I've been blessed with very beautiful set of customers. Most of them actually see my efforts and they see that I'm a lady, and because I have worked so hard and I'm not just starting, they've seen my story. So now they are starting to, encourage me by paying up faster. So just very few people have the late payment issues now.
All right.
That's very good.
I like that ladies are beginning to break into particular sectors, just like you are making waves in carpentry. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Tayo. It's been a great conversation.
I was also looking for people to trust in me enough to give me